If you choose not to, then you will be placed under arrest for boating while normal faculty is impaired.
I don't have anything to hide.
I'm asking you, this is your last time, so are you coming over or not? Then you are placed under arrest. Go ahead, put your phone down, grab your stop. Grab your life jacket out of here, put the life.
The events that culminated in this arrest began on a calm Sunday evening in Florida. A Fish and Wildlife Officer McCormick was on patrol when he observed a vessel moving through an idle speed zone with a significant wake trailing behind it. This seemingly minor infraction prompted the officer to initiate a stop, a routine procedure that would soon spiral into a prolonged and tense confrontation. Officer McCormick pulled his patrol boat alongside the vessel, addressing the man at the helm, the captain. He calmly explained the reason for the stop, pointing out that the captain was plowing through a designated slow area, unlike all the other boats around them. Initially, the captain appeared cooperative, acknowledging the officer's explanation. McCormick, maintaining a professional demeanor, prepared to conduct a standard safety and registration check on the boat, which was occupied by several other passengers enjoying their day on the water. The initial interaction gave no indication of the resistance and poor judgment that would soon turn a simple warning into a criminal charge, setting the stage for a lesson in the consequences of non-compliance. McCormick began his inspection by asking the captain for the vessel's registration and his personal identification. The captain started searching through the boat's compartments for the required documents. As the check continued, McCormick asked to see the required safety equipment, including a life jacket for each person on board, a throwable flotation device, and a fire extinguisher. The captain located the life jackets, but the inspection hit a snag when the officer requested his boater education card. The captain claimed the card was digital and that he needed to call the boat club he was a member of to access it on his phone. This was the first sign of the captain's strategy of delay and deflection. Officer McCormick remained patient, allowing the captain a moment, but reminding him that the law requires the card to be readily available for inspection. While waiting, the officer's attention was drawn to other details. He noticed the captain's eyes and detected the distinct smell of an alcoholic beverage coming from the vessel. This observation fundamentally changed the nature of the stop, shifting the focus from a simple boating violation to a potential case of boating under the influence. McCormick directly asked the captain if he had been drinking. The captain denied having a single drop, instead pointing to his friends on the boat and explaining he was just trying to show them a good time. The denial, however, did little to dissuade the officer, whose training and observations suggested otherwise.
All right. So here's what I'd ask for you to do then. If you'd be willing to step over to my boat.
This simple request marked a critical escalation, presenting the captain with a clear choice that would determine the rest of his day. The captain immediately became defensive, treating the request not as a routine procedure, but as a trick question. He began a lengthy and circular argument, questioning the officer's motives and expressing fear of surrendering his rights. He stated he felt subjugated and would not step onto the patrol boat without a lawyer present. Another passenger on the boat, seeing the situation deteriorating, tried to intervene. He explained that he had a past DUI and understood the process, attempting to reason with the captain and clarify that the tests were different on water than on land. He tried to assure the captain that compliance was the best path forward, but his advice went unheeded. McCormick, still maintaining his composure, patiently explained the principle of implied consent in the state of Florida, which dictates that by operating a vessel, one has already consented to such tests if lawfully requested by an officer. He assured the captain repeatedly that this was not an entrapment and that if he performed the tests and showed no signs of impairment, he would be sent on his way without issue. The captain, however, refused to give a straight answer. He continued to stall, asking for more time and attempting to make a phone call, presumably to a lawyer or his father. The back and forth dragged on, with the officer repeatedly asking for a simple yes or no answer, and the captain providing only deflections and arguments. The other passengers grew visibly frustrated, with one man urging the captain to just comply and get it over with. The officer's patience finally wore thin after giving the captain numerous opportunities to cooperate. He made it clear that he was no longer waiting and that a final decision had to be made immediately. The captain's refusal to provide a definitive answer was taken as a refusal to submit to the test, with all other options exhausted. McCormick was left with no choice but to make an arrest decision based on his observations of the captain's driving, his physical appearance, and his evasive behavior throughout the lengthy stop. He formally placed the captain under arrest for boating while impaired. The officer then instructed him to put on a life jacket for the safe transfer to the patrol boat. The reality of the situation seemed to finally sink in, but the captain's difficulties were not over. He struggled awkwardly to put on the orange life jacket, unable to figure out the straps and buckles.
They can help you if they...
Right now. Yeah, your dad's calling your attorney. Okay, he's talking to the...
Badge number?
I'll give you all that. P229.
P229. It's like stuck or something.
This moment underscored the captain's impaired state, as another passenger had to step in and physically help him secure the simple safety device. Once the life jacket was on, the captain was carefully transferred to the officer's boat. The atmosphere on his own vessel shifted from a party to one of quiet resignation. McCormick then addressed the remaining passengers, explaining the situation and the charges their friend was facing. He confirmed that others on the boat had valid boating licenses, ensuring the vessel could be operated safely back to the dock. The passengers discussed the logistics of retrieving the captain's truck from the marina. The officer informed them that the captain would likely be released in about 8 hours, once he was no longer considered impaired. In the end, what started as a friendly outing on the water concluded with serious legal consequences. The captain was officially charged with boating under the influence, careless vessel operation, and operating a vessel in a prohibited manner. His consistent refusal to cooperate with a lawful request, born from a simple speeding violation, had escalated the situation beyond repair. For his actions that day, he was ultimately sentenced to 12 months of probation, a stark reminder that a day of leisure can quickly turn into a year-long legal ordeal when poor judgment takes the helm.